Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are actually going to be talking about a specific topic, and that is the $100 to $1,000 XRP price target and when to expect it. Okay, so first and foremost, there's a lot of individuals out there that will continue to say XRP can't go to X amount of price, right, because of market cap or circulating supply, whatever the case may be, right? So I've talked about XRP for quite some time. I've also talked about the idea of market cap and how it doesn't really mean anything in terms of these crypto assets. Now, in regards to XRP, I just want to say right now, the additional circulating supply, or the total supply that's out there that's not included in the circulating supply, that is not fully owned by Ripple, okay? Just to clear that up. A lot of that capital is actually locked liquidity to thrive the XRP ledger, to actually help the Ripple products to actually move and be utilized. And that is the idea on keeping that on the side to actually fuel those projects. Now, in regards to the circulating supply, okay, that is the supply that you'd be able to buy, trade, whatever the case may be. And the actual lock supply is what is going to actually be used for banking systems, for cross-border payments, and so forth. So a lot of that, when we talk about, oh, XRP could go to this price, and people think that like Brad Garlinghouse is going to be, you know, the #1 individual in the world that's worth this amount of price or whatever. But realistically, his net worth doesn't get obstructed at all through that. Pretty much all of the XRP is decentralized. It is not owned by any specific individual or Ripple themselves. So let's actually talk about the idea of market cap. So market cap does not mean anything. Please get that out of your head right now. Market cap is not one-to-one in terms of how much money is actually invested into XRP, okay? So for an example, if I was to put $1 billion into XRP right now, this would not be 52, billion 935 and so forth dollars in market cap. 1 billion would change the price significantly, and it would also change the market cap significantly. So it's not one-to-one in terms of market cap. This is just what the asset is actually worth and what the utility behind the asset is actually worth as well. Now, XRP is completely different from any other asset in the space in regards to what they are actually doing, what they've already accomplished, and what they continue to do. I'm going to tell you guys right now, for anybody who is concerned with the SEC lawsuit, do you honestly think that they are suing XRP because of them actually trading ODL services back in 2013 until now? Absolutely not, okay? They know the price of XRP. They know what XRP could actually be worth. They know that at $1.12, it's still severely undervalued. And they understand that in the future, XRP will most likely make a lot of people who have pretty much stood on the sidelines and said, I am not selling XRP no matter what, rich. Okay, and how do we get there? Okay, so first off, I've been talking about RippleNet a lot on this channel. I've been talking about ODL services, line of credit, and so forth. So in regards to the RippleNet platform, network, whatever you want to call it, this is what is going to fuel the price of XRP. Or I should say, XRP is pretty much the fuel for RippleNet to actually be utilized properly. Okay, so first off, we already know that there's 300 plus financial institutions already signed up on this. This is streamlining global payments and reaching new customers, all using XRP to source the liquidity for the on-demand liquidity. I don't have to go in depth on that. For anybody who doesn't understand that process or that overall use case, you guys could pretty much check my other videos out. I pretty much go in depth on that. Now, in regards to this, we see that they could trade over 55 plus countries, 120 plus currency pairs already. We are pretty much, I would say, connecting every single country together. Now, we do see that ODL right now is only available in certain areas. All right. Actually, 3 specifically. We do see in Mexico, we see in Australia, and I believe that this is Singapore. So in regards to this, we still have a lot of traction to be made in terms of the ODL service, and that is where XRP's true value really shines. Now, in regards to this, when can we expect all of this to go live? Because we're talking about decentralized infrastructure, we're talking about modernized messaging, we're also talking about liquidity solutions. We already know that they're working with Santander, SBI, and so forth, right? Now, here's the overall settlement times, how they go live, how they reduce these costs as well. And these are actual individuals, right? Now, I do want to say right now, keep a close eye on this. This ISO 222 standard or overall compliance standard. The reason why this is very important, okay? We're going to be talking about that. In regards to this, this is what's going to be the real thrive pretty much for the $100 to $1,000 XRP. And why is that? Very simple, okay? So in regards to that, we see that ISO 222 tokens. Now this goes back to June 10th of 2020, over a year ago. This is shaping the future for cross-border payments, and the reason why is very simple. SWIFT is actually bringing on ISO 222 to their overall pretty much system. We even see that here, the timeline. At its March 2020 meeting, the SWIFT board and executive endorsed ambitious plans for SWIFT to support financial institutions, payments, and security businesses, and make the SWIFT platform richer, smarter, and faster. Now, how do they do that? Well, it's to ISO 222 adoption. Now, this is all happening very, very soon. We even see here, acting on feedback from the community, SWIFT will enable ISO 222 messages for cross-border payments and cash reporting businesses starting from the end of 2022. Now, this goes all the way in hand with November 2022. Okay, and we'll get there. Now, if we actually look here, here are key highlights. Now, I'm not going to read this entire, whole phase, but there's a few things to really read about. First off, we do see here, the new approach impacts SWIFT cross-border payments and cash management messages only. SWIFT supports for market infrastructure MI as ISO 222 migration initiatives, including Target 2 and Eurosystem Market Infrastructure Gateway ESMIG. Bank of England, new RTGS, and other MIs is not affected. Now, the reasoning behind this entire thing, and the reason why I'm even talking about this, is because we go back to the whole idea of SWIFT adopting in or having a patent with Ripple and XRP. As you guys know from my earlier video, I think it goes back to like last week, okay? Now, we already know that XRP is ISO 222 compliant. We know that SWIFT has patents with them, okay? And this is going to be the new standard from the end of 2022, as we do see here. Now, this is going to be used for cross-border payments, cash reporting, all that kind of stuff, and we are moving very fast to that. Now, in regards to this, okay, we even see from November 2022, you will have the option to send payments and report or reporting messages via MT over FIN as you do today, or ISO 222 over FIN+. You will also have an API channel option, which is ISO 222 based. Payments related messages will be received from the SWIFT platform as ISO 222 messages or multi-format messages containing both ISO 222 and MT on the FIN+ channel. Now, the best part about this, okay, is that there's a ton of benefits. Here's the phases, okay? From now until the end of 2022, of course. During this time, they will be supporting colleagues' need for to train with these systems as well. But we also see from the end of 2022 until November 2025, the ISO 222 message exchanges will be available. However, our transaction management capabilities will allow banks to choose between ISO 222 messages and MTs, ensuring they could use their chosen standard for transactions within this transition period. From the end of 2022 and for the foreseeable future, banks may use ISO 222 based messaging or API frameworks to conduct payment business worldwide. Okay, so overall, this is going to be huge throughout the entire world, okay? And it's happening by November of 2022. And the reason for this, and the reason why I say be aware of this and be actually competent to understand what is happening, is because we are also going to be marching into a bear market very soon. Okay, and when we talk about a bear market happening, you don't want to be selling your XRP fully and being locked out for November of 2022 going to 2025. This is when I think that the entire market changes. Okay, first off, I think that we march into a massive utility market once XRP is brought in as the ISO 222 standard and chosen asset. There's going to be a lot of things happening with DLTs, distributed ledger technologies, DLNs as well, meaning QNT. But the thing that is very interesting about XRP during this time, okay, is the fact that it's totally fine to sell during the bull market and rebuy the bear market. I'm not saying don't do that or anything like that. Do what you want to do. I have my own exit strategy, and everybody has their own as well. But I'm just going to say right now, you want to be in utility tokens for 2022 going up to 2025 plus. Because this is going to be the new standard, okay? And we already see that. We even see here, new Canadian B2B payments network offers test case for the U.S. Now, this goes all hand in hand. We even see here, the companies will run the service on the existing Interace e-transfer platform, but they've added features such as fraud vetting and the global ISO 222 payments messaging standard in an effort to wean more companies off paper checks and wire transfers. This could not tell you or be any more clear to tell you that we are marching into a massive new wave of financial systems, and we are pretty much getting into the new digital age of transactions, financial systems, and so forth. This is the global payment standard, okay? And we already see that with SWIFT allowing for this. Now we do see here, what is ISO 222 and how is it changing in 2021? Now, this goes hand in hand with the idea that ISO 222 has been around forever, since 2004, actually. But the cool thing about this is that we already know that banks and financial institutions are already set to transition their payments systems from using SWIFT to ISO 222. That allows them to choose XRP as well. I think at this point, all right, and we talk about November 2022, it's the key, okay? This is going to change the entire system. Here are the key benefits, okay? We see richer, more granular data end-to-end across payment systems, more transparency with more remittance information, which leads to better customer experience, improved analytics requiring less manual intervention, resulting in a more accurate compliance process, improved security and fraud prevention, and higher resilience. Through automation, it will encompass all business domains and end-to-end business processes, encouraging the creation of new services and faster straight-through processing. Using modern mainstream technology, ISO 222 will reach every market infrastructure and payment system to pave the way for more efficient integration. Increased flexibility and better data means more competition in the financial sector, potentially leading to product innovation. This is going to be the new standard. I don't understand how I can make that any more clearer. We see it all here. Now, we do see over 70 countries have already adopted it, which is crazy to see. We do see by late 2022, banks and financial institutions globally will migrate from legacy SWIFT MT financial messaging systems to ISO 222. This also is expected that this worldwide adoption will have a profound impact on financial institutions, corporations, and any business with a stake in financial services and the high-value payments industry. Over 70 plus countries, like I said, are already on it, including Switzerland, China, India, and also Japan. And with over 200 payment types in scope, ISO 222 allows the harmonization of formats and data components from different payment methods that could not previously work together. It will apply to domestic, ACH, real-time, high-value, and cross-border payments. So everything, guys. And this is pretty much all they need to do. We see how they're going to march into 2025 as well. Pretty much everything will be on ISO 222, which is crazy to see. We even see high-value payments. We even see cross-border payments here as well. Liquidity is going to be the big case here as well. Again, we already know that XRP is going to be the big key player here. I know that they're not talking about XRP. I know that they're not mentioning it, but why would they? Okay? Especially considering the fact that if they did mention it, you know how crazy XRP would be in terms of mainstream media? They don't want you to understand. They don't want you to know, but we already know that SWIFT has multiple patents with XRP. XRP is ISO 222 compliant. We know that they can source on-demand liquidity through XRP and really, I would say, march into the global age of digitization and tokenization, and this is all going to be used in terms of XRP. Okay, and yes, they don't need to use XRP altogether for, the bridging or anything like that. They don't. But any transaction made out of the jurisdictions of the local currency, meaning if I was making a payment to somebody in the US and I live in the US, I wouldn't need to use XRP. But any payment outside of the US, I would need to source XRP liquidity. XRP is going to be the big player here, especially even going back into line of credit for those SMEs. This is still a huge use case, and this is all going hand in hand with ISO 222, and also the idea that this is going to be moving a lot of funds. So I would say, okay, where or when do we get to $100? Well, it's easy. Fasten your seatbelts and watch for 2022. I think 2022 is going to be the time for the first migration of ISO 222 tokens, and this is going to be where we really see it, right? As we march to 2025. Okay, and I don't think that's going to take 4 years, but I'm just going to say it right now. I think 2022 is going to be the beginning of what's to come, and who knows what the price will be. Okay, because we already know that they are moving very fast. We do see that the ODL service is being accepted by those Asia Pacific, which means pretty much Singapore and all those countries alike and stuff. Now, in regards to that, okay, a lot of those high value markets are already under XRP in terms of the ODL service, but I want to mention one other thing, and that is Volante Technologies finds US RTP connections poised to triple within the next year. Now, the interesting thing about this, right, is that Volante is the global leader in cloud payments and financial messaging. Today, revealed findings from its payments modernization survey aimed at mid-tier banks and credit unions in the U.S. with assets between $2.5 billion and $25 billion. The results show that real-time payments connections are expected to triple within the next year. Now, why is Volante very important? Well, this also talks about the ISO 222 conversion for Fedwire and chips is only mentioned as a challenge by only 10% of respondents, which seems rather low to us. Now, this means that even here, it is also interesting that although 15% of respondents are already connected to RTP and 45% expect to do so within the next year, 45%, fully 40% of respondents have no plans to connect, which I do think that they will. Now, this could mean that they are waiting on the FedNow launch in 2023. Again, guys, 2022, 2023, 2024, and all the way up to 2025. Now, if we talk here, financial institutions are seeking to streamline their operations to prepare for the eventual prevalence of real-time 24/7 payments and the increased operational complexity this will bring. Now, there is a strong desire for capabilities related to digital transformation, ranging from increased automation to improved reporting and lower operating cost. Now, if we look here, we also see that Federal Reserve Payments Pilot incorporates Ripple partner Volante Technologies. Okay, they have been partnered for a fairly long time as well. Okay, first off, Federal Reserve looks at instant payments. This will include over 110 organizations from the Federal Reserve's FedNow community, all using Volante. Now, even if we go down here, Volante partnered with Ripple in 2015 to provide XRP settlement for its customers. Last year, payment giants Visa and PayPal both announced an extension to the partnership that expanded instant payments for consumers and businesses as well. A lot of these major companies are moving towards cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency adoptions. Okay, I think that realistically speaking, Ripple and XRP are going to pave the way in terms of cross-border payments and also even, ODL services. I think that we could unlock a ton of liquidity and value in regards to on-demand liquidity, pretty much getting rid of the Swift Nostro-Vostro accounts, and this is a major use case. Okay, first off, now we also talk about B2B payments, SMEs, P2P, line of credit as well, which is going to impact the SME business and market extremely well, which is a $10 to $15 trillion market. One, they are moving $100 to $150 billion plus a year in just small, medium enterprises alone. Okay, and then we also talk about ISO 222. Okay, and that's going to be the big change of heart for XRP, because this is going to be allowing a lot of financial institutions and money to flow over Ripple using XRP's ODL services. And I do not have to tell you that they already have 300 plus financial institutions under their belt. So who do you think they are going to choose in terms of ISO 222 compliance to move cross-border payments and payments in general at a fast 3 to 5 second settlement time, at a fraction of a cent, and at the most scalable level? I can tell you what, they are going to be choosing Ripple XRP. I think that a lot of people need to realize that XRP's market cap does not matter. A lot of people are going to miss out on what is going to be happening just because they do not want to do the research. But when you actually look about what's happening, when do we hit $100 to $1,000? It's simple, okay? All we have to do is wait and see what is happening with ISO 222, okay? We know XRP has the partners already, 300 plus financial institutions. We already know that they are ramping up the ODL service in massive Asia Pacific zones like Singapore, okay, South Korea. I mean, we are really moving fast in terms of ODL adoption. And I do think that it is only a matter of time before a lot of people see the true value unlocked from Ripple XRP. So with that being said, pay attention to November 22, because I do think that that is going to be the start of the $100 plus XRP. And by 2025, I think that we could easily be at $1,000 plus for XRP. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick, and guys, peace out.